What?
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's going on, people? It is Steve. It is Ant. This is Unsportsmanlike Conduct, episode 134. Timmy will be along here shortly. Melo, he's out. The rumors are he's praying to his Lord and Savior, Baker Mayfield. Hoping for and praying for a nice offseason for him. Return to that, 2 or 3 game stretch where he performed well enough to be in the MVP discussion. But we'll let him do that in peace. Religion is to each their own. Ant, what's going on with you, my friend? It's been we haven't done a show since our 4-hour marathon that you guys put me through. It's a Friday night.
We had special guests.
Yeah.
I was very hydrated that night.
Quite hydrated.
Very hydrated.
That's what Melo was quite hydrated too. He had his best pick of the year that week.
So we know what he has to do to put good picks on the board.
That's it. Why not? Do it. Get it done. All right. This is a really exciting week of the year. We have the divisional games behind us. A lot of stuff to talk about there. We have Championship Sunday in front of us, and right smack in the middle of it all are 14,000 coaching vacancies that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit here. As I said, Melo will not be here today. Timmy should be joining us here any minute. Hit the fantastically produced opening video so we can get into the football talk, why don't we?
The Florida Panthers win their second consecutive Stanley Cup. For the first time, the NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City.
Up the middle, that's to the man, over to first, to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall. You are dealing with the best in the world.
Acknowledge me.
To be the champ, you gotta knock him out. That's the saying, right? Timmy says he's on our way. See, Timmy stays in constant communication. Melo, not so much, except for that last time where he just went in hibernation mode. All right. Where do we? Is this?
Let's start with the non-football.
Let's start with the non-football. Well, some of the non-football does involve Timmy's team. Timmy's
Baseball.
Yankees.
We don't have to start with baseball.
What? Oh, do we want to talk about this LeBron thing? Is this what you're?
We could.
Do you want to talk hockey? You're brought here for hockey.
I was. I totally violated every term of my contract by that. I don't think I've covered hockey here. Shit, I think I've covered more other things than hockey at this point.
Listen, gotta do it. So, what do you want to start with?
I was actually just watching. The Predators are playing tonight. Roman Yossi's 1,000th career NHL game. Congratulations to him. So I was watching. I had that on in the background. I can't have the TV on, especially if it's a game I'm interested in watching. I cannot have it on while we do this because I'm just gonna be like.
Well, that was one of our clips. Our most famous clips was when Timmy. We were watching. We got the Rangers game on. Seems like many moons ago. With the way the Rangers are playing now.
Or was it last? It was last season.
Feels no, it wasn't last year. We had no excitement in the playoffs. This was 2 years ago, probably. This was the year that we Rangers and the Panthers played in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That was 2 years ago. Wow, holy cow!
Right,
should we start with them? Some news came out last week in regards to the Rangers. Should we
Yeah,
start there?
let's put out a communication here. It's things are gonna get a little rough around here. Um, what?
No, go ahead. I'll let you start. This is your
No,
team.
so you know there were plenty of ways that the Rangers could have gone this offseason. Last year, remember the abundance of trades. You get off to the slow start after going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and all those trades kind of happen. And I feel like they kind of try to do a little bit of the same this year. Let's see how it goes. And they got to that point. Was it last week already? I have no sense of time
Pretty sure it
lately.
was yeah.
Where they said, "Hey guys, we're probably going to look a little bit different here down, as we go down the stretch run. Trying to ease the fans. I still have the football thing back here. Trying to ease the fans. Um, kind of slowly. It's like a slow peel of the band-aid, or is that just a rapid? We all knew it was kind of like we saw this at last year's deadline with the
Yeah.
moves that they made.
Yeah. I guess we'll start we'll go back to the 24 off season. That's the off season you're referring to. Like
Yeah, after
conference finals.
after, yep.
I pulled
Well,
up
and then even last year, at the deadline, they had they made 2 or 3 moves here.
the letter 2.0.
The letter 2.0.
That's great. I don't know why my video stopped working there.
Where did the last time I did it, I did a show last week with the Put It in the Book show, and my partner's Rodriguez, his internet completely jacked up on him. So I wound up doing most, or if not half of the show by myself as he came in and out of bad internet. So you can imagine how entertaining that shit was.
So yeah, I think obviously after the way last season went and after the way this season is going, we knew this was coming. This is not surprising. I don't think that you're a Rangers fan. You don't sound like you're surprised by this. Based on Ed's comment there, I don't think he was surprised by this. So I wanted to kind of go back though, and we can run through some of their transactions leading into last season. So
It's the Kool-Aid drinkers that buy into the subpar potential.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that's what I said. That's why I want to go back to last offseason.
Yeah.
Coming off the Eastern Conference Finals run, the first move they make in the offseason, trade wise, I don't have the signings pulled up because there's too many of those. First move they make trade wise, they trade for Riley Smith from the Pittsburgh Penguins, a veteran winger. He's been a part of some good teams. I believe he won a Stanley Cup in Vegas not too long ago. Trade a second and a 5th round pick. They got a little bit of salary retained because they needed it. Cap was a little tight. And that was really the only trade they made going into the season. They obviously had some signings and stuff. And then, the season starts, and December 6th, they trade Jacob Trouba to the Ducks. I still look back on this move and don't understand it. I understand that Trouba had a very high salary. I think I don't want to make him sound like he's something he isn't. He's a little bit older. I mean, it's not that. I didn't understand the trade. I felt like when you had someone like Trouba, there was at least some form of identity on the back end. And without him, I don't really know what the identity is. I think Adam Fox is an extremely talented player, but his play has also fallen off of late. So I just didn't understand trading Trouba. I'm sure it was about clearing cap space, but you got to understand the impact that's going to have on a team when you trade a player like that. Love him or hate him, it's a veteran leader in the locker room, and hockey is the one sport where I think that kind of stuff means something, like really, really means something.
I think that the writing's on the wall at that point. You're seeing the transition start happening there.
So then 2 weeks later, they trade Capo Caco, who that one
best name in all of hockey.
But I mean, that one, it's a shame because I actually really liked him as a prospect coming out, but he just wasn't working in New York for him.
And we were excited when they brought him over too, on this show.
Yeah,
been through a lot of moments on this show.
There is actually now, when you put it like that. But yeah, it clearly wasn't working for him in New York. He's been okay in Seattle. I don't think he's been anything particularly special. Um, and you guys get Will Borgen out of that deal, who I believe was almost immediately signed to a contract extension. Um, okay, so you've now traded Truba. You're replacing him with Borgen at the cost of Kako. Uh, I don't know how to say or
He said
Vakanainen.
cock.
Is Vakanainen still there? Does he still play for the Rangers? Uro Vakanainen. That was who they got in the Truba deal.
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
If Ed's still watching, um, not that I've seen.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare name.
Then of course, all those moves end up leading into January 31st. They trade Filipino, Victor Mancini, and a 2025 first round pick for JT Miller.
That was the day. Yeah.
You trade Truba because I assume you want to get younger and you want to shed some salary. But then you turn around and trade for a player in JT Miller who's older than Truba, costs just as much money as Truba, but is signed for like 5 extra years than Truba was. And I just didn't understand the logic behind the series of events there. To trade Truba, okay, like I can understand it. I didn't agree with it, but I can understand it. But then to turn around and trade for JT Miller, I just I think this was my complaint 2 years ago. It's like what's the direction? Like what path are they trying to go down? You know? And it didn't seem like there was any rhyme or reason. Like these moves kind of didn't make sense because then a month later they're trading away Ryan Lindgren, who I wasn't great for them, so I'm not going to act like he was, but that's clearly that's a deadline seller's move. So why trade a first round pick for JT Miller or in the deal to get Miller? Because obviously that wasn't the main piece in the deal, but why trade the first to get Miller if you're going to be selling off in a month?
Yeah, it goes back to the identity issues.
Yeah, and so then they sell off a little bit. They end up trading Riley Smith, Brendan. They get Brendan Brisson and a third round pick back. So they spent a second round pick and ate a bunch of cap space to have Riley Smith on the team for 4 months, and then traded him away. Got a third round pick and a prospect back. They traded for Carson Soucy, which I did not understand because you just had a series of moves where you're selling and then you pick up a 30-year-old defenseman.
Nothing. Life after the Eastern Conference Finals makes no sense.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna see what management is made of as they go through this now next phase. Like Ed said, let the letter 2.0. It feels like we're about to be on some dark times on the cold side of the garden.
It's gonna be rough.
The cold side of the garden.
Hockey rebuilds are rough. And then of course in off season,
is your headphones on?
No, I got you. I don't want to talk about this fucking shit team.
I'm sorry.
Chris Drury could go fucking suck a giant pecker at that asshole.
Oh.
Look who's trying to join. There he goes.
Oh my God.
Are all 4 of us together? What the hell's going on?
Bread, milk, and eggs to me.
Well, there's a blizzard coming. It's the most important thing you got to go out and get.
Damn right.
Got to make your bread pie.
You see that thing with the sixes, Timmy?
Got to have
96, 2006, 2016, 2026 blizzards.
So by that standard, we should be getting at least 30 inches.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be here eating French toast with my bread, milk, and eggs and watching TV all day. Because I'm not getting on the goddamn train, that's for sure. Well, they'll be shut down. They'll be shut down anyway.
Shut down. Shut it down. Melo, what's going on, man?
Not much, fellas, and yourselves.
Same old. We got off. We're waiting for Timmy. So Ant's bright idea was to talk about the depressing New York Rangers.
I was like, what is the background? I see. Okay, it's the hockey rink now.
In fairness, that was Steve's only his first sip of his drink, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, now it's down. Look. It's all the way down here now. It's just the Rangers.
Did you guys talk about the rare goalie fight from the other night?
No, not yet. That was pretty intense. And they were getting made fun of because they weren't landing any punches. But look at all the padding that poor guys have.
Whenever goalies fight, they look like the people wearing those balloon suits. How they run around. That's how goalie fight looks. Is two people like that trying to hit each other.
Yeah, like the blow up sumo gear.
The last move I'll bring up, and then we can talk about what's to come. Is they traded Keandre Miller in the offseason. I'm not a Rangers fan, so I don't know how you guys felt about him. I didn't fully understand trading him, but again, I'm not a Rangers fan. I don't watch him every single night like you guys may have. So
nothing they've done has made sense. Nothing.
Echoing my sentiments that I've said throughout.
So also not pleased with the Miller deal. Is that what I'm hearing? Nobody was a big fan of that one.
And we got a letter, guys. We got a letter. At least we got a letter letting us know what's going to happen. Letting us know the shit fest. And said, "Let the letter 2.0." It feels like we're about to be on some dark times. I think Timmy's headset's having issues.
They died. I haven't charged them in like
know what's going to happen.
3 months.
Letting us know the shit fest. That's a big delay.
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to just.
Why is there such a delay though?
It's a long delay.
Okay, maybe it caught up now.
I don't know.
No more.
I was trying to share it out.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's what it was. All right. I was like, man, that was a little while ago that I was saying that about you guys didn't even join yet.
So obviously, it seems Panarin is going to be the first name on the trade block there. The bread man, the man who started after letter 2.0 or letter 1.0.
After letter
signified the end of the rebuild, is now signifying the beginning of another one.
It's only fitting.
I've heard Vincent Trocheck's name come up a lot as someone that teams will covet. I've heard Alexis Lafreniere's name come up.
Oh yeah, they definitely have pieces. It's just the pieces that they brought in made puzzle pieces like what's going on here? It's not fitting. So, but the pieces are still there. There's pieces around, but to sell off.
And they just.
By the way, I was present for one goalie fight, and it was pretty awesome.
Oh.
The Devils. Remember back in the days, Devils. My cousin had Devils tickets. He had season tickets, and he never could find anyone to go, so I used to go just for the fun of it. Remember Corey Schwab? Their backup goalie. He fought somebody that was like the greatest thing I ever saw.
In the 90s? When was that?
When they were actually good. When they were relevant.
Yeah, when they were in the every year they would go. Yeah. Every time they mention the Devils, I think of Seinfeld.
So I'm looking over like all the players that have like no movement clauses and no trade clauses or heavy protection.
Oh, they'll waive them all because it's gonna be fucking miserable. Everybody's gonna waive. Like,
I'll start with the most difficult name then. Is Igor going anywhere?
Who?
Shesterkin.
Igor.
No, True is. We want to get rid of True. We can't get rid of him. His contract is horse shit. No one's taking that contract on.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 more years at $11.5 million per.
No one's taking that.
What about Adam Fox?
I don't know. I say they all should go. Restart.
Yeah, he's of use somewhere.
4 more years at 9.5. Both players have full no move protection, so they can't go anywhere without their sign off. JT Miller, 4 more years at $8 million, full trade protection. Mika Zibanejad, 4 more years after this one, just to be clear. $8.5 million, also full trade protection. Alexis Lafreniere has trade protection, but it doesn't kick in until 2027. Vincent Trocheck has a 12-team no trade list. It's going to be. They just signed Gavrikov this offseason, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Or was it last offseason? I don't remember now.
2024 offseason.
Was it 24? For some reason, I thought it was this offseason. No, it was this offseason. Yeah, he just signed July 1st.
2025.
Yeah, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6-year deal, $7 million per, but he has full no move protection until the later years of that
No
deal.
move protection.
It's a
All
rough
right.
spot. All right,
No,
I didn't
it's
bring the energy.
dark at the
down.
garden, dark at the ice of the garden, dark and cold. All right,
Melo's here. You
let's
don't want to bring up basketball?
who?
Melo's here. You don't want to bring up basketball? I believe there was a certain conversation we had mentioned possibly getting into.
Well, we're 20 minutes in. We haven't touched football.
Change it to the court.
So yes, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna. This is the papa. I'm gonna teach a lesson. At 1 hour, the show's over. So talk your LeBron, and
I'm just wondering, like, what we are all thinking with Jeannie Buss essentially burying LeBron James like she was Triple H.
I don't. It's such a non-story. Is she just trying to generate some type of buzz? Like what? Because he wasn't. And who knows? He wasn't. What was he supposed to do? Thank you, Miss Buss. Thank you so much for drafting my kid. You're welcome for bringing back relevancy to the Lakers. Okay. Look at the Lakers before LeBron got there.
They were rebuilding.
Okay, and then when LeBron got there, what happened?
They have one Mickey Mouse championship ring.
Okay, it's a championship ring. More than the Knicks have had in forever. It's more than when the last time the Heat won a ring?
2013.
Who was that with?
Dwayne Wade.
All right, but I mean, seriously,
there was much more to what she was saying. She was also saying how, I guess they tried to put the Russell Westbrook thing was that he pitched for Russell Westbrook, and then she went and got him, and then afterwards she's like, I don't want him anymore, and kind of put like all the blame on them. And when it was him and Anthony Davis were pulling for Westbrook.
I'm gonna give you some statistics, and these statistics don't have anything to do with on the court. LeBron James left the Cavaliers in 2018, and went to the Los Angeles Lakers. Upon him doing that, the Cavaliers franchise value lost about $500 million. Their valuation of their franchise went down by $500 million. That's not the best part. Here's the best part. When LeBron James joined the Lakers, their franchise value was under $3 billion. Jeannie Buss, the person who is talking shit about him, just sold her shares in the team last year at a $10 billion valuation.
$10 billion.
So more than tripled the franchise value in the time he's been there. And I don't want to hear that it has nothing to do with him, because we have a long track record of teams he has left, joined, rejoined, and left again, and what their franchise values has done every time that happens. So for someone that made several $1 billion off the fact that he played there for the last 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, however long that is, I thought it was hilarious that she was making comments like that, especially as someone who's no longer a majority or meaningful owner of the team. Not that she was ever really a meaningful owner.
She still governs the day-to-day, no?
And he's still a top player in the game at 63 years old.
He's finally showing signs of deterioration.
He is, but have you seen him over the last week?
I know that
what is he?
3 seasons in the NBA.
Yeah. Is he 20? I think he's at 24, 7 and 7 or something like that.
On the year, he is still averaging 22.5, 6 and 7, and he's still shooting over 50% from the field.
6.
Yes.
Yes.
Absurd.
Well, how about now transition to one more basketball thing. Are you guys going to be thinking about trading Cat? You thinking about Giannis? What are the Knicks doing? after their very, very big, I noticed this morning, blowout against Brooklyn.
Well, they needed that. That's 9 games of frustration there with all the injuries and all of the on the West Coast trip and everything. Golden State. Yeah, I think they might look into it. And have you seen Giannis the last couple of days of what he's been saying? Saying I gotta go be it every single day. It's all on me. I have to do it every day. And they were like, well, while it's true, because the team is no good around him. While it's true, they were saying, how do you walk into the locker room the day after? I mean, if you're Giannis, you're Giannis. I mean, they know what's up. They know that he's a top couple of players in the game. So he's. I mean, if you look at the tape, he's right. He's got to do it all.
I mean,
And you guys injured Jimmy Butler. That was rude. Torn ACL out for the year.
R.I.P.
I don't who.
Wow. Yeah, after the Knicks played him. And, short-handed.
I mean, I know we're not gonna get into this because I don't want to get into it. But when he did tore his ACL, the Heat still lost to them, and Miami just had a really bad Monday.
There was a buddy of mine that's a Heat fan. There was a game last Thursday, I want to say, or Wednesday or Thursday. You guys played. I don't even remember who it was, but it came down to the final possession, and he was done. He was like, "I'm done with Spoelstra, out." I was like, "Who are you getting rid of, Eric Spoelstra? It's like, who are you getting rid of Tomlinson for? You know, or Tomlin for in the NFL?" But who are you getting rid of Eric Spoelstra for? And he said Chris Quinn. Like what? And he didn't even think about it. Wait a second. There was no thought. I said, who are? We were at Twin Peaks. I'm like, who are you getting rid of Spoelstra and getting that you think is going? And immediately, Chris Quinn. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that.
Definitely not Chris Quinn. That's not my go-to there at all.
Immediate. Now thought to it. He said he went right to it.
That's the last person I'm thinking. Chris Quinn, great, assistant coach out there, but I'm not having him head coach my team.
But then a week later, they were beating the Thunder, which is not really a big deal at this juncture. It's not the Thunder of the first 25 games.
I mean, I don't know who.
The Celtics.
I mean, allegedly, from what I saw today, they're saying that Mr. Steve Kerr might not be back next season with the Warriors. I'll take Steve Kerr on the Heat.
Oof. That'd be some drama in the NBA. You get that Spoelstra for Kerr. Oof.
I'll get rid of it. If it's someone like that, absolutely.
I'm just saying that two of the premier NBA coaches. That would be like what the Ravens owner said if Harbaugh would have gone to Pittsburgh and Tomlin. And then of course these fucking Celtics are just still playing well.
Without Tatum.
And Tatum's gonna be back. There's problems. He's trouble.
You mentioned the Hurricanes there a second ago, Melo.
I did
Did
not.
we? Did we?
No, we didn't.
Did we mention the Hurricanes? Damn.
All I saw was Miami had a bad Monday because the Panthers lost, the Heat lost, and another football team lost.
Well, the Dolphins didn't play, and there's not any other Miami teams, so
It's January. The Dolphins didn't play.
for sure.
It's like the Mets in October.
The Mets have played recently in October. Don't do that. A couple years ago.
Following this Mensa, the Duke kid story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he just declared for the NFL draft.
Really?
If I'm understanding this correctly, that's the way it reads to me.
Well, because I know
what?
the portal ended on Friday, But then they're saying that until this is resolved, he wouldn't be able to sign to another school.
He can't enroll at another school
Yeah.
or sign another NIL deal. But also, if Duke doesn't have any legs to stand on, they're going to lose the case. They're just dragging it out to be a pain in the ass, and they're trying to get a buyout essentially, which they've got to be careful with what they do with that, because if it does go to the courts aren't going to back them on this.
No,
There's
not at all.
rules prohibiting them from preventing kids from transferring. No matter what you put in those NIL deals, you can't prevent these kids from wanting to go to other schools or transferring. That's like a stipulation. So they don't really have a leg to stand on. This is his quote. This was released 2.5 hours ago. This is from him. I wanted to compete for a championship and compete against the best of the best defenses in the country. That opportunity existed in Miami. I mean, they played OSU, Indiana, A&M, Ole Miss, and Notre Dame, the top programs in the country. I wanted to play in a pro-style balanced system to become a more complete quarterback to help prepare me for this level. It was never and will it was and never will be about the money. Duke was compensating me incredibly well, and I'll always be grateful. It was and will always be about challenging myself, playing better competition, and learning. I gave everything I had to Tulane, Duke, and Miami. I don't know why Miami gets listed there. All those experiences prepared me for this opportunity, and there's nothing more that I would love than finding a place I can call home for good in the NFL. That sounds like he's declaring for the draft. Maybe I could. Maybe I'm.
Sounds like it.
I also think this could be a tactic on his part to try and get Duke to just leave him alone. Because if he declares, technically Duke's lawsuit is still against his NIL contract, which he would technically still be in the same violation of by declaring for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that he's actually declaring, because I want to say I saw a valuation on him earlier and they were talking like 6th or 7th round pick. So I don't know. Interesting though.
Oh, all right. Let's get into the division round real quick here. Real quick. But it started off with the game that'll bring a smile to Ant's face. I'll let you run with this one. Seahawks demolish the 49ers 41-6. It was a complete, what happened there? Complete disaster. If you're a fan of the 49ers, bring the smile to Ant's face. As a known 49ers hater or
truther.
Hater, I think is hater, right?
Truther.
They've won things, so yeah, call it a hater. Can you hate something that's not that good? Can you?
That's always my argument when I get called a hater.
Everyone wants to talk about how easy the Patriots schedule was. Has anyone looked at the fact that the Niners schedule was actually easier? No one wants to talk about that? No, now we get to hear the injury excuses. Now we didn't get to hear them when they won 13 in the regular season.
You know what is my favorite thing about this? My favorite thing about this is that this exposes how much of a fraud the Eagles were. Besides George Kittle, the injuries were still there. Kittle went out in that game, but the Eagles struggled, obviously, with the 49ers and lost. And now the Seahawks go out and whip them. So miss me with all this Eagle bullshit, all right? All you stupid Eagles fans and your stupid. And by the way,
a third string defense they lost to. So I don't want to hear any shit.
Exactly. And later in the same week, for Philadelphia Phillies fans, they thought that they had a 7-year agreement with Bo Bichette. Next day, he signs with the New York Metropolitans. And my favorite part of all of it is that one clip of those two douchebags, those Philly radio or podcasters, they were in mid-sentence about how they were going to be signing Bo Bichette. And they were like, it's breaking now. Oh, it's breaking? Yeah, let me look. To the Mets? What the hell happened? How do we lose him out?
Well, you said they thought they had they did have an agreement. The deal was agreed to. It just so happened.
I'm saying that.
Mr. Cohen made a phone call and said, "I'll double your salary for half the time."
Yeah, love it. Yeah, opt out after 1, after 2. This is the new thing.
But see, this is the stuff I expected Cohen to do when he bought the team. Like these are the type of moves.
But he didn't start it. He's continuing it. But all right, back to
let's be honest now. That was also him being reactive to the fact they had just lost out on Kyle Tucker.
Yeah. If short-term deal, was $5 million
Oh,
buyout.
It's a great signing. It's a great.
I want them to sign him from the jump of the offseason. All right, back to Seahawks Niners. It was over after the first couple of minutes.
Did we even get that far into the game? I mean,
and talk about what really was under the radar. I think you mentioned Shaheed. He was on my fantasy team at one point this year. I had him at the end of my bench, waiting for something to happen in New Orleans. Never did. Here we are. So want to start off with that one. That's especially for our buddy Ant. 49ers just done.
By the way, they lost their defensive coordinator last time that happened. They sucked the following season. Same defensive coordinator, by the way. Not even like it was a different guy. Same guy.
Very excited, Ant. Very excited. All right. Now let's get into some of these other games here. Patriots beat the Texans 28-16. Timmy, CJ Stroud shit himself. He shat upon. What is going on with these stupid banners?
It says there's a timer on them. I'm noticing.
Okay. Stupid default StreamYard. I praised you for earlier. Also, if you guys find anything that we're talking about interesting, the four of us, if you say clip this, it will clip this, and it will make a clip of the previous 30 seconds of what we just discussed, and then we can post it on social.
So because you just said that, is it going to do that?
I think so.
That's pretty funny.
I think it will.
Repeatedly through the show.
It would probably make my life a lot more difficult than what it should be.
Just a bunch of clips.
Yeah, 35 clips. Clip this. Just clip this. Clip this. All right, Timmy. So CJ Stroud pretty much shot the bed. I don't know if you heard what Dan Orlovsky had to say on Monday, which he since apologized for whatever reason. But he said a game that the Texans should feel that 31 out of the quarterbacks would have won. Yeah, I think that's pretty close to accurate. But did you expect to see Stroud take a dump like that? Take
25.
No, yeah, I don't know. No, of course not. I really thought this game was going to come down and the same way the other ones ended. Last minute field goal, last minute drive, last minute. I didn't expect 28-16, like really, like I said, one quarterback shit in the bed. I mean, who would have thought these quarterbacks would be the final four going into this year? Nobody picked it, especially the Jets. I feel bad for the Jets this week. You got Sam Darnold and fucking the Patriots going for the Super Bowl, for Christ's sake. What the hell is going on in the world? So,
but
no, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I really thought the Texans were going to pull it off.
In fairness, May also shot the bed, just not as much.
Yeah, that's true too. No, I thought the Texans were going to win that game easily too, but I guess not.
Melo, any thoughts on this game?
I was just surprised that. I mean, I guess we were all surprised at just how bad CJ Stroud looked. You could just see it in his face the entire game. Like I was okay, maybe he's going to come out in the second half, and yeah, he picked a little bit better, but he still looked defeated. Like it's a CJ Stroud we normally don't see, especially that he's always like so confident and like a well-kept young man. So I think that was the biggest shock. And I had the Patriots winning this game up until when that little girl picked the Patriots, and I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be the Texans got it. And no, I guess little girl's only one win this week. Well, this playoff has been this game.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm tied for first place.
No, I don't think anybody's noticed that since
the rest of us
all of a sudden everything's like, oh yeah, we're gonna count the playoffs for this, but we're not gonna keep doing locks. Yeah, none of that.
Done this every year.
We didn't do locks last year. I went back and looked. We didn't do locks for the playoffs last year. We just did locks for the season.
There's plenty of games.
This is Melo trying to.
Well, last week there's 6 games. There's only 4 of us.
Technically eliminated from the picks pool a month ago. He could win every game the rest of the season, including last week, and we could have lost every game, and he still would be like 3 games short.
That is not entirely true.
Partially true.
Entirely true.
Partially true.
Entirely true.
And keep in mind, everybody, we have 21 minutes.
Clip this.
Really, clip this really quickly here. So we see what transpired here. We've been praising DeMeco Ryan since he became the head coach of the Texans, especially that first year where everything seemed to come together. The defense came together. CJ Stroud was elite that year in his rookie year. Is he getting some of this blame for not for reverse development of CJ Stroud
Game
and
management was
solely
good.
focusing on
Game
the
management
defense?
was good. Game management was good. The defense was good. He needs the quarterback to play better. And they have some decisions to make because he's due for a contract extension this offseason.
Exactly, and they need to see, if if they're going to pick that up. And not. I mean, you got CJ Stroud out there, and there was definite talks of Davis Mills coming into this game in the second half. That's all the halftime show was about, actually.
There was a lot of Patriots fans who were openly on multiple forms of social media and people I know personally. And I think Bill Simmons brought up on his podcast where they were all like, please keep CJ Stroud in the game. Don't bring Davis Mills. No, but honestly, like, they should have won the game. Like, defensively, they played amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
And May had four turnovers?
Three.
Three. Yeah. I think he had 5 fumbles or something like that. But only
four
in totality. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, he didn't lose them all. All right, so Patriots move on. Unbearable.
But didn't one of us put CJ Stroud as like the number 3 ranked quarterback for like
two of us? 2
years ago.
2 of us.
The same.
Oh, it's almost as bad as thinking Baker Mayfield was going to win the MVP this year.
That's not even close.
It's
not far off.
One guy was dealing with a bunch of injuries on his team. The other one.
Oh my God!
There it is. Where Melo?
The interception after interception after interception.
Hey, when your receivers haven't played in 2 months, they run the wrong route. Like, I can't blame that on Baker.
Oof. Okay. Speaking of wrong routes, let's get into the last game of the weekend. Not the last game that we'll talk about. The Rams and the Bears. Amazing game. Say what you want about Caleb Williams. We messed with him about painting his nails, and now a lot of those Bears fans are out there painting their nails going to the games. Besides the point, he's coming into his own, obviously. And on the interception that ended the game, they talked about how it was the wrong route that was run by DJ Moore, and then DJ Moore promptly escaped out the back door to not speak to any of the media. So that happened. Amazing game. The snow, that whole, the Patriots with the snow, rain turning to snow, this game with the snow. I mean, the Rams getting counted out because it's cold weather. I didn't get that whole thing, leading into it. But obviously one of the most exciting games of the playoffs. Caleb Williams, is Chicago back? It's back. They've never been anywhere. Or is Chicago for real, like, moving forward? Sorry, my bad. I overstepped.
Yeah, as long as
or are they prime candidates to be the Commanders next year?
The one team and then slap.
They did have a very good record in one-score games this year, similar to Washington a year ago.
And it was heart attack city. Everything was last score. Everything was last minute. And in this game, the touchdown, it's like Tecmo Bowl when you used to run backwards because there was 5 guys running after you, and you had to just chuck the ball up in the end zone. And that's what he did.
I think the biggest difference between those two teams, though, is like Washington a year ago and then through the offseason into this season, went from like the oldest roster in football to like the really oldest roster in football.
Yeah.
And when you do things like that, especially when injuries and stuff start coming into play, your margin of error just shrinks dramatically. And once they started having those injuries, plus you have the deterioration of players as they get older, there was just no way for them to overcome it. Chicago, the one thing I'll say that they have working for them is they have a much younger roster, and I think that could be the difference in them. Like, I don't know, what did they end up winning? Was it 12 games this year or 11 games? Was it 11? I don't even
11.
remember.
Was it 11?
11. They were 11-6. I wish I had known that off the top of my head. Oh.
11-6.
It was 11-6. Okay. They won 11 games this year. I don't see any reason they couldn't win 11 games again next year. Be interesting to see what their over-under is set at. My guess is it's going to be like 11.5, which is going to be fucking horrible. Yeah, I mean, I think they could overcome it. They're built a lot differently. I have a better question though. If you are Ryan Poles or Ben Johnson or Caleb Williams, do you want DJ Moore back on the team after that?
I mean, he's still talented, but it's one mistake. I mean, not like the guy does it all the time. I mean, was it a big mistake? Of course.
Well, the problem is early in the season, before he actually got going, he was doing this all the time. He was doing it regularly, and this is when his stats were pretty bad early on in the year. And
well, how much is left on that contract? I mean, what was it? 5-year deal? 3-year deal? 4 years?
Yeah, if they trade him, they can save about $16.5 million off the cap this season. Only $12 million in dead money. So it's a $28.5 million cap number. They could save 16.5, and they got to eat the other 12. His contract, I believe he signed it before last offseason, runs 3 more seasons, but most of his guaranteed salary is just in next season. So if they trade him, they can split that up. If they cut him, they would have to post June 1st. Yeah, it has to be a trade. They can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't cut him. I'd either
If you cut him, you save $1 million. So yeah, cutting him doesn't make sense. So I wonder if they explore the trade market for him though. They actually are in a little bit of a tight cap situation this offseason too. They're about $4 or $5 million over. That's not a huge number. You can make that up pretty quickly, but moving on from DJ Moore when you have Roma Dunze and you have Luther Burden and you just drafted Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet is still a decent tight end and you have running backs that catch passes. It doesn't seem like it would be the most detrimental thing.
So
no, yeah. He pulled what's his name, the tight end from the Ravens last year.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews when he dropped that 2-point conversion and then he hauled ass. It's nowhere to be found.
Yeah. All right. The only difference is, like I said, Mark Andrews doesn't have a history of like boneheaded plays, whereas
yeah, but still
have a little bit of a history of it.
Yeah,
it doesn't get as widely publicized because he's played on teams that aren't very good most of his career, so no one cared.
Yeah, nobody cares. But both boneheads for just not facing the music. All right, Broncos beat the Bills 33-30 in overtime. Gets a certain head coach fired. After the game, Josh Allen chooses this of all years to have his worst playoff performance. Bunch of turnovers, a catch that was an interception. Everything thrown into one. Timmy, start with you on this one. Thoughts?
I know I have that attachment to the Bills that I have with my my ex-in-laws and all that stuff with my kid, but I do think they were. On the one hand, I think they were robbed. I really do. I think some of those calls at the end of that game were fucking horrendous, including the famous interception. I don't think it should have been an interception. I understand why it was called. I just don't agree with it. But I have to give what's his name, Sean Payton, credit because he figured it out. Whenever we get a one-on-one, just chuck the ball up in the air, and they're going to call it intercept. They're going to call pass interference. He did it 3 times, and 3 times it was called. You got a flag on the play. This is exactly how they won the game. Whenever you get a one-on-one, chuck the ball up. They'll call a fucking pass interference on it, and they did, and it worked. But I personally think the Bills did get screwed this year. And like you said, no Burrow, no Ravens, no Chiefs. This was their shot. That's why I kept putting money on them. I'm thinking, this is it. This has to be it. This has to be it. I thought they were going to steamroll the Patriots too. Steamroll them. Nope. Didn't get it. I do think that's good though. And it sucks because now McDermott's gone, and I mean they're already talking about bringing back Dable of all people.
Well, so let's get at we've heard all the stuff that could be said about the game itself, but so McDermott gets fired. The Bills owner does this ridiculous press conference I don't know if he just wanted to follow what's his name and from the Ravens and just be out there. But he unsolicited brings up Keon Coleman. You know, they asked the general manager, why haven't you gotten this guy some help at wide receiver? Owner's like, let me take that. So about Keon Coleman, yeah, calling out your guy. I don't know if he would pick him or not, but he was being a team player. What about not pulling the string on a Jalen Waddle trade that was just hanging there for them at the deadline?
Don't even change off of Keon Coleman. What about the fact that we have video footage?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
At the combine.
Oh,
talking about how excited he was that Keon
Yes.
Coleman was gonna ran a little bit slower than they expected, so he's gonna be able to draft him for sure now. Or the fact we have video of when they drafted him about how this was their guy and that's who they wanted all along and blah blah. Those are all coming from Bean, not McDermott. So like,
Right.
I don't know what. Listen, I give Bean a lot of credit. He knows how to manage up because he obviously got in Pagula's ear. But
Got promoted.
It is a joke that man got to keep his job. Look at their draft. Just look at their
Not keep. He got promoted.
Look at their last 4 drafts. They have like 2 valuable players in 4 drafts, and like the rest are just bust after bust after bust. Like it's bad. It's bad, and the future is not getting brighter for them. The cap is closing in on them quickly. The drafts haven't been good. We saw this with the Patriots after their initial Super Bowl run, where they started having a series of bad drafts, and when they're winning, no one cares. But when you give those, you put 3 or 4 bad drafts together, and it starts catching up to what your roster looks like, and it starts to hurt. You don't have the depth, you don't have the new quality guys coming in and emerging anymore. Like, and that's the situation they're entering. And the same guy making personnel decisions is still there. So I don't know.
I couldn't believe when they said his GM's job was safe.
I couldn't believe when they promoted him, like you just said.
Well,
that, I was like, wait, they did what?
Hey, great job. Don't get any help for this guy. You're president of operations.
I thought it was like one of those ceremonial promotions where they take the general manager and they don't want him to be a general manager anymore. And like, you're going to be the head of football operations, but nobody reports to you. You know, I thought it was like that.
You're gonna be food and beverage manager.
Yeah,
Right.
You're head of football operations, but you have no say in anything. I thought that was what they were doing, and then when I realized, like, no, they're promoting him and he stays in control of everything. I'm like, that is a bad idea. They should not have done that. Fine with me. Like I said, I feel bad for Josh, but fine with me.
Well, and so it's Dayball and who interviewed yesterday, I think.
Minter took the Ravens job.
Well, he just took the Ravens job. The quarterback coach for the Broncos. Can we look that up for me, please?
I was about to. Okay, I got you. Hold on. So I have no idea who that is.
Davis Webb. You got it. So Davis Webb. So he's a prime candidate for that job. Him and Josh Allen are best friends. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But
for head coach?
For
Davis
head coach.
Webb?
Yes, I'm not. I shit you not. No. And they actually came out. The Bills came out today, which I don't know which way to read this, but the Bills came out, especially with the owner saying what the owner says and GM being who the GM is now. But basically came out and said, we're not going to let the friendship between Josh Allen and Davis Webb stop them from hiring him as head coach.
What the fuck?
I thought that was interesting. However, if the Broncos win this week, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes, then he can't interview for at least the next 2 weeks. And I don't know, Buffalo wants to move forward with the head coach. We'll see what happens with that.
Can I ask you? I want to ask the group a question here. If you were the Bills right now, right, and you're looking for a coach, and you have Josh Allen, arguably the best quarterback in football, would you prioritize an offensive-minded head coach or a defensive-minded head coach? Your opinion. No right or wrong answers. I just want opinions. Anyone can go first. It doesn't matter.
So
I'm just trying to think.
I would say defensive-minded. While the organization gets you something, because that's super. If you can get him a wide receiver, You don't have to be a offensive-minded head coach to for the GM to actually get him some help at wide receiver. But that dude's Superman. Have your focus on the defensive end. You got quarterbacks that you're going to meet in the playoff if you get there at this point. But you got Burrow usually, Lamar, and Mahomes, and you need a defensive prep around these guys. Huh?
Weren't there this year. All three of those were usually, and none were there this year.
Yeah, they use typically.
Hey, Bo Nix. You have a lot more guys now.
Well, Bo Nix won't be there next year. He's going to still be recovering from his broken leg or whatever.
But Bo Nix, the Broncos, even with all the turnovers from Josh Allen, they still struggle to close this game out.
No, I agree. I'd go defense too because, like you said, Josh Allen, he's going to be 30. His Madden awareness would be 99. He doesn't need an offensive-minded coach to come in and tell him what to do. Just get him a goddamn wide receiver who can catch a ball, and you to start fixing that offensive line because they're getting old pretty quick, also. So yeah, I would work on that defense way more than the offense. Josh, he can be his own coordinator, for Christ's sake. You don't need him telling him what to do.
Melo?
Oh, same. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's all. And I'm gonna read you, according to the betting market, the 5 people with the highest odds to be the Bills' next head coach. Their names are as follows: the highest odds, Brian Daboll is number 1 right now. Number 2 is Joe Brady, who was their offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is Clint Kubiak, who I believe is the offensive coordinator in. He's with he's either with the Rams or with the 9. I don't remember who he's with exactly, but it's Clint Kubiak. 4th is Davis Webb, and 5th is Grant Udinsky, who is the offensive coordinator or he's a quarterbacks coach somewhere. I forgot where. Doesn't matter. But they're all offensive coaches, and I agree completely with what you guys are saying. There's no reason that you have the best quarterback in football. You don't need an offensive-minded head coach. Go hire someone defensively that's going to.
And he's 30. It's not like he's 21, fresh out of college. Yeah. The guy knows the NFL. He knows the offense. You're gonna have some asshole come and go. This is what we're gonna do, Josh. No, idiot. Get me 2 wide receivers. Get me flick the offensive line. I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah,
it's like a head coach in the NBA calling a play for LeBron, Jordan, these guys. Just give me the damn ball. Just I'll finish things up here. Just give me the ball.
Like Phil Jackson during the second Bulls run, he just sat there and did his nails, and he didn't call a play. He didn't call it. He just sat there looking at a piece of paper, going, "What are we going to eat later?"
No, he just came. You just walk up the triangle.
I didn't see that guy move a muscle during that second fucking run. He didn't do anything. He's just like, yeah, whatever. You know who to give the ball to. You know what to do. That's it.
Well,
he would stand up once in a while. What I was going to get at.
Joe Judge is also high on the Cardinals list, I think.
Why?
I thought the Cardinals.
What?
They hired somebody.
Did they?
I thought they did.
No, I don't think so. I know the Ravens did today. It's just the Cardinals. Vegas.
Oh no, they didn't. I'm sorry.
Davis Webb.
You know who Davis Webb? Davis Webb is again. I'm thinking about Madden. He's always that number 1 free agent quarterback in Madden that never gets signed by anybody. I don't want that fucking guy as my head coach. The hell?
You're right. That's exactly right. Clip that. Clip this.
What I was getting at though with the hiring an offensive-minded head coach, I think Bean is doing this strategically because if he hires a defensive-minded head coach and they don't win, he doesn't have any excuses left. It's on him at that point. If they hire an offensive-minded head coach, he's still got a little bit of leeway. I think he's just trying to protect his job. Do you want to do picks first, or are we going to go into the hires?
I can't get this to
zoom in.
The Zoom not working.
There's only one hire. There's only one hire. One hire I want to talk about. There's only one. That's it. I don't care.
There we go.
Do we start there, or do we?
A little more.
More? Can't see that?
Oh, that's fine. Good Lord, Melo.
I can't see that. It's all blurry here.
My wife's gonna come on the computer and she's gonna be like, "Babe, need glasses."
Yeah, I can't see it. I have my glasses. That's why I can't see. So
the people at home are probably like, well, "What is that chicken scratch?" All right, that's better.
Okay. You could always get a good if you missed a few days of life in the NFL, just go to Adam Schefter's Twitter page and just read it like a book.
Robert Saleh.
Robert, okay, Timmy's catching up here.
As head coach? Damn you,
where
Titans.
Where do we want to start?
Where do you
We want to start with
think?
John Harbaugh.
Where do
We
you
want to
think?
start with the new coach.
Do you want to start with the Giants? Or do you want to end?
Yeah,
with the
because
Giants?
we just hit an hour, and now you see, because we hit on John Harbaugh, now I can't end the show now because we got to talk about the
Flip
Giants.
this.
All right, John Harbaugh. Outside. Let's start with the outsider's point of view. Ant, what do you think about this hire?
All right, the fact that you guys hired him, I'm not a huge Harbaugh fan because I'm not a big fan of CEO style head coaches. A coach that doesn't have a particular like is an offensive coach or a defensive coach. I'm not big on that. However, the track record is proven. We know what he's capable of. And for the situation that you guys are in and have been in for years, it is a perfect hire because you needed someone that was going to bring structure and organization to the organization. And on top of all that, he has authority over
Best part.
whatever. Yeah, that
Shane.
That was the part that convinced me they made the right hire. Shane, I thought it was Shown, whatever.
It's Shame. It's SHAME.
How petrified was he at the press conference?
Oh,
they captured his breathing. He couldn't catch his breath. He was like,
he is already.
That's my boss right there. Okay, like act cool, everybody. This is my boss.
He is already trying to keep his job. So with all that, like I said, I'm not a fan of CEO head coaches. I think for what you guys need from a structural and organization standpoint, it's a perfect hire. You need someone who's going to come in and lay a foundation of how things are supposed to be done there, and someone who's going to have that full say and full control to actually do those things. So I think it was a perfect fit. I think I said it when they fired him. I'm like, that's your guy. Like, it makes too much sense, and I agree with it. I'm interested to see who they hire. Did they announce his coordinators yet or no?
No, but it's just saying Munchkin's gonna go Munchkin land.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see who his coordinators end up being. I will say that he has a very, very long track record of hiring exceptional defensive coordinators. Exceptional defensive coordinators. I'm interested.
That's the part that I'm. I know there's the Jackson Dart element, and there's the offense that we think could be explosive, but I'm really excited most to see who he brings in as defensive coordinator, because this defense could be, in the right hands, a top 3 defense in the NFL. And you give a little bit of progress. I know the easy thing to do here is, because it was, as soon as he made the final agreement, the first question was, will the Giants make the playoffs next year? Instantly. And they looked at the Bears and these other teams and the Patriots that have come 6 or 7, 8 wins better than the previous year, and they're looking that as the standard. But that's the part I'm most excited about. See who he brings in. The adult is in the room now. That's all. That's what I care about. Making adult decisions for. And he said it right off the cuff that this is the New York Football Giants, not the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, I think you said perfectly. Having the adult in the room.
Yeah, I love what he said at the press conference. I like the fact that we may Tyler Lindenbaum, Isaiah Likely might be following him. Well, that's another great thing. Yep. People who want to play for him are going to want to come and play for him. Because nobody wants to play for the Giants the last couple of years. Who the hell wants to get into this fucking disaster of a team? But I was never a big Harbaugh guy either. I don't like either one of them, to be honest with you. But he is the guy. I said he was the guy. Him or Tomlin were the two guys I thought had to be the coach with the Giants. One or the other.
Maybe Stefanski.
Maybe, yeah. Well, he would have been my third. He would have been my third pick easily. I'm super excited. Again, I'm never getting ahead of myself ever again, but I am very excited right now. You feel the pride a little bit, like you should say. Why will discombobulated? Okay. You feel like, holy shit, I can wear my thing again. I can wear my hat tomorrow and feel good about myself. So, yeah. How many times did he say football, by the way, in the press conference?
Yeah.
Football. We're playing football. This is football. I couldn't stop laughing at that. But yeah, and when you see Joe would have shown whatever the fuck his name is now. I picture the ending to The Godfather, when Kay is looking in there and they see they're kissing his hand and they just close the door on him. That's how I see Joe Shane.
Yeah.
You got Mara, you got Tish, you got Harbaugh in the room, and there's Joe Shane looking in. I'm going to close this door right here. We're going to decide who we're taking in this draft. We're going to decide who we're signing. You stay out there and organize the Special Olympics kids that are going to come to the stadium this year. Go out there and do what you got to do. We got this football thing handled. Clip this.
And I love the Coughlin got involved, saying, "Get your ass down there, go get this guy."
Which made me laugh too. He called him like immediately, like, dude, get on a bus, get on a fucking train, get on a plane, go do what you got to do. Because I already got him locked in. He's like, I already got him.
Get it done. And you know what? With the 3 or 4 day delay, I'm happy that that's what it was about. You know, they said the money and everything was good. I'm happy that it was about, hey, go and make that adjustment. Pat McAfee was talking about it yesterday. I think he said it best. He was like, what's this little all right, the structure stays the same. Nah, I ain't doing that. Get back to the Giants, get back. Shane says, dotted line, don't worry about it. Go ahead and sign. Nah, we ain't doing it. Mara, all right. Just erase that part and we're good.
So who do you think we should draft this year, Joe? Shut up. Go in your office and shut your mouth.
Bring your son in here. I'll let your son have some input. You get the fuck out of here. Melo.
He gets the invitation. It's like, oh yeah, look, I'm gonna be able to go to the draft. Oh, actually, no, that's for your kid.
Yeah, kid. My kid's going to the draft.
It said Shane on the invitation. It just wasn't Joe Shane on the invitation. Melo, what about you? What do you think? What are you thinking here?
I was happy with it. Obviously, like Timmy, I was hoping for Tomlin. I would have liked him here. But Harbaugh is, I don't want to make it sound like the next best choice when he actually is a good coach. Also wasn't in love with him. But I think his mindset is right to come in here. And like you guys have mentioned, I absolutely love that he waited. He's like, nope, I'm not going to sign this until I know I have more control than the guy who has been having control of your organization for 4 years and has made a mess of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm completely thrilled about that. That made me so happy. And, hopefully he's out the door soon. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
He's got no power. He's like a lame duck president. He's got nothing. He's got nothing.
He's afraid of
it. Sit back and be quiet. And be like, you know what, Harbaugh, win me a Super Bowl.
Get that comb over going. Get that slick back hair, look cool and everything. But
he's Fredo. Go send Fredo out to do the Mickey Mouse nightclub stuff. We'll handle their family business from now on. That's all it is.
That's it. And he did get his agent involved and do a little coercion, and say, hey, Titans, we might decide to meet with you. Now is like that Saturday. There's no way he was going to be the head coach of the Titans. There was just no way. Just remove that little excerpt. He reports right up tomorrow, and that's it. All right. Well, it just so happens, we have 3 Giants fans and 1 Dolphin fan on this show, and it just so happens that in the same year, we're looking for head coaches at the same time. So let's bring this back up. Dolphins now have quite the Green Bay connection. They also look eerily similar to each other. GM and now Jeff Hafley as the head coach. Which we once took a coordinator. Actually, this is your second coordinator that you've taken from the Packers over the last decade or so, right?
No, Philbin was a little further back than that.
Was it?
Yeah, I think Philbin was like 13, 12 or 13.
I asked him his last question. I think I told you that.
Yeah,
that was the kibosh.
So you got him fired?
I asked the last question.
You asked the last question that had him thinking, you know what? Maybe this guy isn't their guy.
They hired Philbin in 2012. He got fired in 2015.
2015. Oh, but not that far off. Okay. No. Oh, hired. Yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. All right. So what are your thoughts here on the Green Bay connection?
I am more excited about the general manager than I am the coach. I'm not crazy about Hafley. I will say, because I've had some friends that are fans of other teams that have tried to like talk me into it, and I'll talk myself into it eventually as the offseason goes on. But I'm not crazy about it. I wanted Stefanski. I would have really liked Stefanski. Um, I know Timmy's gonna laugh about this. I was okay if it was Salah. I chalk up a lot of the Salah trouble to just being the Jets. He got put in a rough situation where the team decided, hey, we're gonna prioritize Aaron Rodgers and what he wants to do over everything else, and it led to
Melo, hold on. It's reading the room here. Melo was all
Say
for it.
that.
Wait, you were all. I know your face said it. You clip this. You were all for it when you were all for it when he was saying, it was the Jets. Yeah. Preach. That's what happened to Rodgers.
yeah.
Whatever Rodgers want.
But
Yeah.
well, I don't want to. I don't. Yes, I am blaming Aaron Rodgers, but it's also a Jets thing. That stems from ownership and not having good ownership in place and a good organization with structure. So that's why I would have been okay with Salah. Everywhere he's been, that defense is consistently top 5 to 10. Even when they're playing third string players like they were this year, they still manage to be a very respectable defense, which is insane. And I think sometimes the second time head coach, maybe you get the guy that's maybe learned a little bit. Okay, there's some things I could have and should have done differently. I would have been okay with Salah. Stefanski was who I really wanted. Outside of that, I was kind of unimpressed with the coaching cycle. Honestly, it wasn't really a. Harbaugh.
Top heavy.
Harbaugh would have made sense because we would have had. I don't know that I say we need an adult in a room, but someone to kind of keep things in order would have been nice, and Harbaugh would have been that. Tomlin would have been that as well, but I don't know if you guys have read into this, but there's rumors that Tomlin like will never coach again, like that he doesn't want to coach anymore. I don't know if that's true or not. It doesn't.
I feel. You know what this feels like?
Not getting hired this cycle. He's not getting hired in this cycle.
Yeah.
This
feels like.
Look who's left. Who would? I mean, I could only see the Bills as a possible place for him to go. He's not going to the Raiders. He's not going to the Browns.
Why wouldn't he go to the Raiders?
I wouldn't rule out the Raiders.
I don't know. That's another one of those family situations. I mean, I know Brady's there now and bringing a little stabilization to that organization, but it's still the Davis family. They're a bunch of morons. They probably shouldn't have a freaking team, but
from a business standpoint, the moves that they've made over the last several years have actually been. He's been really smart with the way he's done things with that team. From a personnel standpoint, yes, they have a ton of issues, and I don't know who the fuck thought hiring Pete Carroll was a good idea, but that's beside the point.
Give it a shot.
I don't think he would outright turn down the Raiders. I think there would be a conversation, but according to sources, he's not interested in coaching this year. So
I feel like this is going to be like a Bill Cowher situation. He took a year off, and then he took a second year off, and a third year, and then the Giants had an opening. We wanted Cowher. I remember all that talk, and then it just didn't happen. And I feel like that might happen with Tomlin.
But the Cowher, I mean, shit, he was gone 10 years, and they were still. Bill Cowher could be in.
Oh yeah, no, like that stuff will
stuff
still be there, but I feel like that's headed down that path.
I think if you go back into the bowels of Facebook and look at my timeline from eons ago, there is a Photoshop picture I posted of Bill Cowher in a Dolphins jacket with a Dolphins hat on, hugging Andrew Luck, also in a Dolphins uniform.
Oh wow, dreaming big, dreaming big.
We're gonna bottom out, draft Andrew Luck, and hire Bill Cowher, and we were gonna turn it around, and I was all on board for it. I could see that actually. I think for someone like Tomlin, who's been with one franchise for almost 20 years and has had success, he has 2 Super Bowls, right? It's 2 Super Bowls.
One.
I thought he had this. I thought he had the Seattle one, and then I thought he had the Arizona one.
No, Seattle was Cowher.
Are we sure?
Si, senor.
Oh, he lost to Green Bay. That was the other one, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
That guy's one title. One.
Yeah, so he has 1, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 title. Yeah, I mean, I could see never below 500. which is still probably one of the craziest stats I've ever seen. I don't know how that happens, but yeah, I could see him taking some time off and just liking the fact that, hey, I can make $10 million a year and work 2 days a week and only for 20 weeks a year, and
Well,
just
and he'll be great on TV.
he'll be phenomenal on TV.
He'll be great on TV. But yeah, were any of you guys surprised that Brian Flores just went back to Minnesota?
No one's gonna hire him as a head coach.
They're afraid that he's going to sue him. That's what.
No, So Ryan Fitzpatrick did an interview a couple years ago, and there has been players and coaches that were part of that staff when Flores got fired that have corroborated the story. And Fitzpatrick said that one of the best seasons of his career, from just a vibe standpoint, from how he felt coaching was the first year that Brian Flores was in Miami. He said Flores was the guy. Like, yeah, he kept us in line, but he was the guy that we wanted to play for. He was in every meeting, doing everything, and blah, 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 blah. And he said that towards the end of it, it became more about Brian Flores than it did the team. And it was a lot more finger pointing. It was a lot more disengagement. And he said that, and he burned a lot of bridges, ruined a lot of relationships. And so I think when you have, and like I said, Fitzpatrick's not the only person who's said this. It's just he's the only one who said it as openly as he had. I think that says a lot, and that's not even bringing up all the Tua stuff. The whole
especially
Tua
a bet like that.
Yeah, and I know that there were teams that didn't like the fact that after he left Miami, that he tried to run a smear campaign about how, I never wanted Tua, I wanted Herbert, blah 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 blah. That shit got nipped in the bud real quick because there's video evidence of this man in the room.
Always video evidence.
Yeah, talking about how Tua was going to be perfect for them and blah 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 blah. So, I think he just hit a point where, like, no one's going to hire him as a head coach. Phenomenal defensive mind, but I don't know that it maybe in a few years. I don't know. He's a great defensive coordinator, and it does seem like he's probably learned a lot from that experience. But it's the way that whole experience played out that may have ruined it for him.
And with the Vikings won 5-6 games in a row at the end of the year. It was too little, too late at that point. You see what happens with them next year. One last thing, Ant. I know that they brought up Tua at the press conference today. They talked about wanting to have a discussion with him first, and I think that's the right thing to say. Exactly, that's the right thing to say. But the discussion now is gonna probably lean towards what happens now. They take the $99 million cap hit, dead money hit, or split it up into 2 years.
The smart thing to do here is going to be to take your medicine, do your post June 1st cut. You'll eat $11 million this year, and then I think it's like another 30 or 40 next year or something like that. Hold on, let's see that number. It would be 11.1 additional loss this season, and then 22 next season, and then golly, maybe they can't do that. I don't know. The total number is like 90, like you said, it's 90 something $million. It's just a matter of how they split that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the right answer is on that right now. I really don't. I think it's actually 67 million this year, and then they eat the other 20 next year, and then it's done, or 27 or whatever it is. I wouldn't rule out them trading him, because if they trade him, it's less pain on the cap for them, and you give up like a draft pick to a team to basically cut him, because that's essentially what would happen. Yeah.
They both want out.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think he's back on the team regardless next year.
No, I think he's got to be done at this point with the way the season ended and his comments afterwards saying that it would be dope to get a fresh start somewhere else.
Well, the whole entire year, I feel like he was making those sort of like remarks. So I think, yeah,
he was getting brave with it. He was getting slick with the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, they can cut Tua. They can cut Tua, cut Tyreek, cut Bradley Chubb, and be back in the green salary cap wise and have money to do things.
They're 27 over. I saw it right before we went on. That's the only reason why I'm familiar with some of these numbers.
They're 30.3 is the actual number, but that doesn't count the rollover from this year, so it actually is going to be a little less.
Yeah, and they I mean, in the first press conference from your coach, they talked about the importance of running the ball, and when they're prepared to stop you for the run, I'm still going to run the ball. I'm going to run it effectively.
So this is the reason I was more excited about the general manager than I was the head coach. Obviously, Hafley is a defensive coordinator. Like he's a defensive minded guy, which I'm fine with that. That part.
So he's defense and run, exactly. That's what they
fine,
want.
I'm fine with that. What I like about the general manager, and so he's been in Green Bay since like 2003, I think. He's been a part of the front office with them, like basically breaking it down. If you look at their drafts from 2008 on, those are drafts that he had an actual like hand in. And if you look at those drafts, they are lacking a little bit in terms of like elite top tier talent. If you look at Green Bay's draft history just currently, they haven't drafted a all pro since Devontae Adams. So that's kind of troublesome. But if you look at the draft history between Devontae Adams and today, they have drafted a number of high quality players, especially in terms of what they get along the offensive and defensive line. This is a guy that has a lot of experience finding those nitty gritty, dirty guys that play in the trenches, and it's a long track record of success. And it's not just like first, second round guys. Like he's got 6th and 7th round picks that have been long term starters or rotational players for teams along the offensive and defensive line. So that part of it I'm excited about. I'm glad that we're away from Chris Greer, a guy that just didn't know what an offensive line was or the fact that it was a position on a football field. And we're getting to a team that actually wants to build something. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, I'm not sold on Hafley, but I like the GM, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to suck for like 2 years at least. Like it's going to be 2 really rough years, and then maybe we get better after that. It does seem like Malik Willis is going to be our quarterback next year. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
And what he showed this year, I would be okay with it too.
I didn't hear you, Melo. What'd you say?
So how do you feel about where McDaniels landed?
Justin Herbert's gonna have the best season of his career because that's how things go for Dolphins fans.
When I saw it, I was like, wow, I feel like he got such a perfect gig over there.
I disagree.
It is.
Really?
I think so.
Stylistically, he is a terrible fit for what John Harbaugh wants to do. Terrible fit. John Harbaugh is not a fancy schmancy, fun designed running game with shot passes.
I feel like he's gonna explore his inner,
Yeah, my life. But you know what? Let's give
this. He knows who he hired. He knows the dude with the skinny sweatpants.
He knows that Mark Anthony Jr. is gonna get this done.
Listen, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. If I'm wrong and Harbaugh does adapt to McDaniels and does allow McDaniels to really have that type of input, then yeah, I think it's going to be like a match made in heaven for them offensively. They have other problems they need to deal with before it becomes like they've got to figure out how to keep players healthy. Like holy shit, are they also like, do the Chargers play on like or do their practice on like an ancient Indian burial ground or something? Like what's going on? Because it's insane. No, I fully expect them to have a great year with him there. I knew that before that happened. I actually thought he was going to follow Saleh to the Titans because him and Saleh are very tight.
That would be a weird.
By that. I thought
Saleh would be like, keep with that nerd shit. I will slap the shit out of you. Okay.
No, I'm not even joking. They're like actually like really close. Like,
but personality wise, you feel like Saleh will be like the bouncer guy outside, and he's the one protecting the McDaniel.
Think he would make Mike stick to his lane, but he would have probably.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they'll have him in a fucking headlock, bro.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, I don't think the Saleh hire is bad for Tennessee. Defensively, they need it, and like I said, he's been a really good defensive coach everywhere he's been. He just has to get the offensive staff right and not get into a situation where ownership is constantly meddling in everything.
Yeah. Before we get to picks,
and not bad to have Cam Ward as your quarterback. So
agreed.
Right, and he played much better in the last few weeks. before we get to picks for Championship Sunday, have you guys seen this story yet?
Yep.
The Indianapolis Colts are acknowledging the existence of an FBI investigation into the death of owner Jim Irsay. California doctor reportedly prescribed him pain pills and ketamine.
And was also the doctor that signed his death certificate as natural causes.
Did he kill Michael Jackson too? Jesus Christ, what are these people thinking lately?
It's
unbelievable.
They're thinking that they're getting paid handsomely for it, and they don't care. That's let's be
damn. That would suck.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's get into Championship Sunday picks here. We have gone. This is it, Timmy. We've talked about this for a decade or so. We started off with all these games. We're down to 3 remaining games in the NFL. The depressing part, exciting but depressing. So the Broncos win. Super exciting game. Bo Nix breaks his ankle, and we got Stidham. And so now the Patriots are 5-point favorites in Denver, Sunday, 3 o'clock, CBS. Little Romo action. Timmy, who you got here? We'll start with you.
Yeah, up until the broken ankle of doom, I had the Broncos mopping the floor with them. But now, goddamn,
is he the new Hostetler? What if he's the new Hostetler?
No, he's not the new Hostetler. Hostetler had a couple of weeks to get used to that team. You know, it was different. No, yeah, I think the Pats are, unfortunately for the Jets fans and maybe America, yeah, they're going to go to another Super Bowl. They're not going to win. I'll make that prediction 3 weeks out. They're not going to win, but they're going to go to another Super Bowl. I'll take the Pats to win.
All right. Yeah. Melo?
I'm taking the Pats as well. I would not be surprised, like you're saying, that this is just Broncos defense, just how it mans up for one more game, gets them to the Super Bowl. But like Timmy, I don't think they win either. I don't think either one of these teams win the Super Bowl. But I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one.
All right.
Yeah, I just ditto what Melo just said. It wouldn't shock me if the Broncos defense just manned up for 4 quarters and won this game by themselves. I am picking the Patriots. I do think the Patriots are going to win. And I also agree with the fact that I don't care which of these 2 teams wins. I don't think either of them are winning the Super Bowl. So,
all right. You 3 think that they cover? I'm asking the hard questions. Championship Sunday, I asked the difficult questions.
No.
I mean, they've covered the last 2. So I'm going to say they covered.
I'm going to say they cover only on the basis that I don't know that the Broncos offense is going to be able to put up any points. Like if the path to the Broncos winning this game is like 3 turnovers, 6 sacks, and the Patriots
12-9. 12-9.
Short field for
Stidham to work with. Exactly. Yeah, a 13.
Massive Drake May choke is how they lose. A massive choke.
Strange shit has happened. Remember the Tebow game?
Well, I know you guys don't want to hear this, and we're all counting Jarrett Stidham out, but there was a backup quarterback once upon a time that played for a number 1 seed and took them to a Super Bowl and won against the unbeatable Patriots, and it didn't happen that long ago. So I don't think that's going to happen, but it has happened.
It could. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. I'm with you guys. If the Broncos find a way to win, it's like a 12-9, 14-10 game. No, that's giving them 2 touchdowns. No, it's like a 13-10. They get a blown coverage touchdown, or this guy's not playing clean football either, Drake May. So that's my only hesitation. He's not playing clean football, and the Broncos defense is still the Broncos defense. They got 3 insane pass rushers.
Maybe Sean Payton just call those 1-on-1, throw the ball up in the air, hope for an interception thing to the entire game. Where it worked once, it might work again. You never know.
All right. I'll go with the Patriots too.
And the cover, or are you teasing this down to 2.5?
What's the other one? Might be a potential tease here in these 2 games here.
3-point tease or 6-point tease, or higher?
No, 6. We go 6 here. and we jam it up with this next game here. Let's talk
They say you're not supposed to cross the line though. Do you tease Pats to +1? Are you teasing the Broncos to +11?
No, I'm not going to do that because there's the potential.
You're not supposed to cross the line.
Yeah,
So
you can't. Don't cross the line. Don't cross the line. What was that from?
I don't know. But
Crocodile.
I've heard a million
Oh my
places.
God! It's that. Oh well, I'm old enough to admit that I watched the movie Serendipity. Who cares? You could tease this to Pats +1, and then in the next game, Rams at the Seahawks. This is the Rams are the ghosts that Sam Darnold sees. Does not play well against this team. Seahawks are a 2.5-point favorite at home, which is not saying a whole lot. You got an MVP on the one side, the quarterback who has never done it in a big game. What do you have? 106 yards last week. Lost to the Rams twice at the end of last year, including the playoffs. Did not play well against the Rams this year. So we start here with Melo here. Only 2 games, so we start with Melo. Who you got here? Rams, Seahawks, Cooper Kupp revenge game possibilities out there.
I mean, Cooper Kupp's been real quiet, like not saying anything, just catching his balls going. But I'm going to go here with the guy that everyone counted out for some reason, talking about his paper mache neck and all this other nonsense. But I've always had faith in him. Probably going to win his first MVP this year. I'm going with the Rams on this one. I think that offense is real high powered. Even though that defense does scare me about holding teams, I'm not too worried about Sam Darnold. He has never been in this position where Matt Stafford has been. So that's where my pick is going, Rams.
Ant?
I'm going to go with Seattle. From a DVOA perspective, Seattle is the 6th best team in terms of DVOA of all time. That number probably only got elevated after last week. I actually haven't seen what it is after last week's shellacking of the Niners. Defensively, they can put people in really bad spots. And I know that everyone's going to point to, they had that second game with the Rams, 38-37. It was a shootout. That's fine. I don't care. It's outside. It's in Seattle. It's going to be cold. That only plays better for the defense. So I'm taking Seattle. I'm somehow putting my faith in Sam Darnold. I don't know how to feel about that, but I think it could be similar to last week though, where they don't need Darnold to do a lot. So, just go out there and don't fuck up, and we'll take care of the rest. I mean, he didn't play bad last week. He was 12 of 17 for 120 something yards and a touchdown. It's just the game was out of hand, and
exactly.
I could have done that.
By the time he actually got a good possession of the ball, they were already blowing these guys out 21-0.
I mean, he did lead 2 scoring.
That was a nice pass to Njigba in the corner of the end zone. I mean, he's shown Sam Darnold has shown that he can do it during the regular season, not against the Rams. He's not shown that he can have a game in the playoffs that he's the guy, which he doesn't need to be here, which is a good thing for him. But I do go back to the experience. I go back to it's tough to look past MVP versus Sam Darnold. It's just tough for me. Charbonnet's out. I don't know if that swings the pendulum a whole hell of a lot, but they do have to rely on the defense and the run game. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna go with the Ding Dongs here.
This is a rough one, man. It is a rough one, but I would love to go back in time 3 years and tell Jets fans that this scenario would be going on just to blow their minds.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. They'd be like, yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, there's no way Sam Darnold's going to be near a Super Bowl, or the Patriots are already rebuilt. Now, of course, I want the Rams because I don't like the Seahawks I don't like their fluorescent green uniforms and their stupid 12th man. But I like to take the Seahawks at home. I know it's an upset, and I really hope prove me wrong, Matt Stafford. I really hope I'm wrong on this
No,
one.
Seahawks are favored. That wouldn't be an upset. Seahawks favored.
Yeah, but I mean, just again, I just hope I want to get proven wrong, but I'm going to pick Seattle at home. Stupid 12th man, bad weather. That's how
we don't often divide this 50-50 here, and I certainly it's not me and Melo agreeing. So this might spell some bad shit here.
This could be the lock. This could be the Rams. That could be our lock. Seattle could be their lock. Look at that. We're still playing the
You
lock.
can't bet that though. You can't bet Rams and Seattle. Remember, we were putting the parlays together.
You're right.
All right. So those are our picks. And so if you read into things, my three co-hosts here are Melo is going to go with the Rams as a Super Bowl winner. Timmy's going with Timmy and Ant going with the Seahawks as a Super Bowl winner. I'll save mine. Got to teach something around here.
Well, I might change my mind next week. You never know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Matt Stafford wins a game and goes off because his neck couldn't handle it anymore, and we have Jimmy Garoppolo in the Super Bowl versus Drake May.
Oh my God! Imagine that.
What I was thinking of, what would be the craziest thing is if we get Jarrett Stidham versus Sam Darnold, the Super Bowl we all waited for.
Jarrett Stidham cannot be in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, that cannot happen. Jarrett Stidham cannot be on Radio Row, and can't happen. What would they show? It's like they show the big QB montage, the package before the game. What's Jarrett Stidham's montage going to be?
Behind Bo Nix his entire career.
Yeah, like rooting from the sideline. He's always been there for his teammates. Yeah.
Look at him hold that clipboard. Look at him hold that clipboard.
Those headsets look phenomenal on him. Yeah.
Or be like Marlo Hooch. What a hitter. You can't see nothing else about him.
You got a league of their own reference in there.
That's 3.3 GPA.
Jarrett Stidham, nice guy. That's it. Move on to the next one.
That's the whole package.
Did you guys see Timmy, were you able to successfully stalk a future Hall of Fame quarterback?
I did not. These guys, it's so early. Even though I get there early, they're just early people, man. I caught all of them this morning in the cafeteria. What's his name? Greenberg, all of them. They're all in the cafeteria eating donuts and shit in the morning. But the guests usually aren't allowed to come up to the cafeteria like they are. Because you got to get a guard.
Like Jeff Saturday was there, and I
saw Jeff Saturday. I saw him this morning. I was staring. I'm going, is that? Because to me they look alike. Sean O'Hara and Jeff Saturday, since they lost weight, they both look alike. So I'm like, is that Sean? I'm like, is that Sean O'Hara or Jeff Saturday? I can't tell. And it was Jeff Saturday.
They said it while Eli was there. He was like, you guys look alike. It's like, Eli and O'Hara's best friends. This guy. So they played a game. They played a game called Guess the Cadence. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I just figured nice little way to end the show here. So it's Eli Manning versus Jeff Saturday, and they're playing cadences by quarterbacks, and they're supposed to guess who the quarterback is from the cadence. One thing that I found funny was that you'll notice that Eli gets into his shotgun stance once the game starts. This might be a QB game for Ant in the future here.
Who the quarterback is. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
We got Nick is going to be the referee.
Can we just shout out our answer?
Just shout out
Eli.
your answer as soon as you know who
front
it is.
goes forward.
Who's that to the left?
Look at
Let's
him.
hear the first cadence.
Peyton. Jeff got it first. Quick.
Okay, that was a quick one.
Come on.
We got three.
I used Omaha before him.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right.
Three more. Peek up close and hit it.
Nailed it. Get him, Jeff.
What is that?
He always Here we go.
That's it. He got it before the here we
Stupid
go.
Dak.
I did,
He
boy, you would.
always pauses. He gets him set.
Yeah, the center knows his. He's used
Yeah.
to listening to the cadence.
has
I always call the cadence.
Okay.
It's on me. I don't
Here we
listen to
go.
someone else.
This is the next one.
180. That's me.
Yes, that's right.
That's not that one. I got
This
my
is what it
cadence.
looked like. Yeah, that was. I was really hoping Jeff would get that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost snuck that answer to Jeff.
I'm not ready for that.
One last one, and hit it.
Sally, 19.
That's like-
19.
Yeah, that was Peyton with you. That's Peyton with you as the
Sally.
center.
I already know Sally.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
Sally.
joke.
He wasn't doing. That was him as with
Sally.
you with the
That
Indianapolis
outside
Colts.
one left. Is that
There he is.
outside
That's
one left?
exactly right.
Yeah.
There
He
you go.
knows. We know all the.
Oh, he called the play. Eli knows what Sally is. Yeah, you don't know Sally.
Who is that? Who is it to the left? Who is that?
That is I can't think of his name. He's always on
I couldn't either.
Dominic Foxworthy.
Okay, yeah, I made uncomfortable eye contact with him this morning. Because I was staring, going, I know you, and I don't know who you are. And he was staring back at me like, do you know who I am? And I was like, I don't know who you are.
You know me, but not know who I am.
Yeah.
This
It's so weird.
I like
seeing
Get
him,
Up
like,
better than
all the time.
First Take. Get Up's a much better show.
Tomorrow morning, I will sneak a video of all these guys eating donuts and fucking coffee and shit. I will do my best to get a video of them. It's a random video for you.
He was making his round. I guess there's some event that he's got going on, Eli. So he's making his rounds. He was on Good Morning America, and what did he? Michael Strahan made fun of him,
which is me also. GMA is there every day. I don't like GMA. I don't like them.
What did Strahan say to? I can't remember what he said to him, but he said something against him, like to his face though. It was all in jest. All right, so I thought that was fun. I wanted to share. Let's get up on out of here. Hour and 42. That's good. See, I say it wasn't the 4 hours, but we haven't done a show since the 4-hour marathon where Ant abruptly exited stage left. Melo had his best picking week of his life. We needed a reset after that.
I had
Need a reboot. Just a reboot.
Yeah. I rebooted.
That was great. All right, Timmy, what you got here as we head up out of here on the way out?
Well, I'm glad we got to do it. I have a bunch of cool little lists for our next show, and we have when we're struggling for something. I have a cool like greatest upset of all time, greatest team of all. I have a bunch of those things I like to go over next time. Yeah, man, I can't wait. The Super Bowl is going to be boring, I think, this year with these teams that we got left, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, and I'm very excited. And I wanted to show you guys. I have a very valuable football card here. It's designated as a Gem Mint 10. Gem Mint 10. Remember that guy, Gem Mint 10? He was on the card, bro. But here it is. Here it is, the most valuable football card in the world. Oh yeah.
There he is, Timmy T.
I know you want. I know you want one. I know
I've seen that one before.
I know you want it.
Deposit.
My girlfriend actually made these for my 50th birthday party. I had them all over the place.
I thought it was going to be Al Bundy. I thought you were going to put Al Bundy up there.
Oh, yeah. He did score 4 touchdowns in the game. I have nothing on Al Bundy, but still.
Great.
Royal Rumble next week. We will be doing a show about it next week. I thought it was this week too. It's not. It's next week. So next week.
It was this week.
I thought it was this week too, but I got corrected. So it's next week. So we will begin the Royal Rumble show. Just this week, we'll be doing that show next week. Be ready.
Keep me posted on date and time. Although I am moving next week, so it might be difficult.
Melo.
Timmy, don't worry. It might be boring, but at least the halftime show is going to be bumping. We got some Bad Bunny, so it should be fun. But no, it's good to be back, guys.
I'll be
good to be back. What?
I'll be in the toilet when that show's going on. I
Totally.
won't know anything.
But no, nothing else. Hopefully the games are good, and we get some fun action.
Yeah, for sure. Ant, what you got here?
I'm gonna leave you guys with a parting trade proposal for the New York Football Giants and for my Miami Dolphins. No draft
Timmy
pick
just
there.
put his GM hat on.
Jalen Waddle ends up as a New York Giant. All right, that's the basis of the trade. This is a 1-for-1 trade. No draft picks. One player for one player. You send back
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Abdul Carter.
No.
1-for-1. And then wait. There's a second part though. You take Ruben Bank in the first round.
No.
Okay.
You have Kayvon Thibodeau 1-on-1. I'll give you him, no problem.
He needs a new contract, and I don't want to.
Actually, I think Kayvon Thibodeau is going to have a nice season this year. He's very excited about Harbaugh. If he doesn't, then it's on him, obviously. But he's excited to have a great coach.
For a few years now.
We need a second-round pick, and he's our most expendable guy. Thanks. So I don't think he's going to be on the team this year. I hate to tell him.
He was super excited. Super excited. I don't know if he was one of the guys at the press conference. I know there were a bunch of the Giants players at the press conference because he was pointing out. He was like, "All right, guys, we're gonna, right, guys."
So I'm excited though. I forgot to say this. I'm excited that we're actually probably gonna have a competent kicker this upcoming season.
Any kicker would be better. Fucking
kickers out here ruining lives, getting people fired at least for a week as the Ravens coach.
Listen, we got FIFA. We got FIFA coming to the Meadowlands. Just bring all the scouts down there. Pick one of them and let's go.
Well, we did the rugby guy.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
I mean, I think what's this guy from Baltimore that was just there?
The one who just missed, or the
the
long time.
Yeah, long time.
Oh, Tucker.
Yeah.
What did he do?
I'll take
Didn't
Tucker.
he do something? What did he do?
Okay, right?
He pulled a Deshaun Watson.
Allegedly.
Well, according to people, Deshaun Watson's is allegedly too. But...
Yeah, isn't Deshaun Watson allegedly like 47 women? Tucker's like supposedly one. I'll take the one over 48 any day.
I think it was.
We had the wife beater. We had the guy who beat his wife a few years back.
Did he?
What's his name? Yeah, the guy we got from the 49ers guy. What's his name?
What guy?
No idea.
I might have blocked that out.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what guy? I'm sorry, Graham Gano has ruined my kicking experience for the last 5 years. So I don't remember anyone else.
Graham Gano, Young Cuckoo, what the fuck his name is. Everybody. All of them. Giants in the first round are going to take a kicker. That's how desperate they're going to be.
From the Niners.
Who the hell was it?
It's not Robbie Gould.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Beat his wife? A kicker?
I thought it was a kicker.
Yeah, I'm like, who is he talking about?
Is it Eddie Pinheiro?
Andre Kristakovich Lewinsky Jr.? No.
It says Josh Brown, but that's not the guy who I'm thinking of, but I guess. It was Josh Brown.
Clip it.
Clip this. And I didn't accuse anybody of wrongdoing. I didn't accuse an actual person of wrongdoing.
False accusations here of
49. What about Robbie Gould? But didn't he have an issue?
I have no idea.
I don't think he did because
that'd be great if that was John Harbaugh's number one priority of the season, getting a fucking kicker who can kick a field goal 20 yards and doesn't get hurt every time he steps on the field. He guy's hurt.
We were desperate that we were begging for coup. Okay, that's how desperate we were.
Graham Cano is hurt. He's hurt right now. Guaranteed.
Bring back Pat McAfee. Just have him kick. He doesn't have to show up to practice. He can drink beer, smoke weed. I don't care what he does on the side. Just let him kick. Let him kick. How exciting would that be? All right, that does it for us. That's it. That does it for us. Imagine the what's the name of that show? The NFL show. Huh? What did you say?
I said clip it.
Clip it. I can't remember the name of the show. All right. Fuck it. We'll do it live. All right. That does it for us this week. Episode 134 in the books. Championship weekend, Championship Sunday coming up this weekend, and possibly the most boring Super Bowl that we've seen in quite a while might come after that. But that does it for us this week. We will see you guys on the flip side. Keep you updated on everything that's going on in the world of sports in the Facebook group. Until then, peace out, everybody.
The Florida Panthers win their second consecutive Stanley Cup. For the first time, the NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City.
Up the middle, that's to the man, over to first, to meet the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall. You are dealing with the best in the world.
Acknowledge me.